All right, pull up, pull up. Let's get this shared all on Twitter. I bet y'all ain't think I was gonna go live two times in a day.
Twice.
All right. Let's get this shared.
There it is. Mute that. I'm gonna get it shared out myself. Let me
Yeah,
help
do your
out.
thing. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me get my keyboard over here. Let's get this shared.
Dang, bro, you type. What the heck? Sheesh, man. What type of codes you be putting in over there? Y'all be over there developing, man. Gosh, sheesh.
I tell you, I don't play them games, bro.
Oh man, y'all be over there developing, right? Chat, did y'all hear how this man was just typing? What is that even humanly possible, man?
You know, I get that all the time, especially at work. People be like, how fast can you type? I'm like, oh, probably 140.
Chat,
Pretty
what's
good.
the word? We here. We got the interview everybody's been requesting in the comments. Been asking me. You know what's funny is because it's like a split community when I get the, you know, the mixed, it's like a mixed community that I get back from Budda. You got the, you know, the people that's, you know, that's celebrated because they was like, you know, Millie, I got a 16x, 15x, 20. I hear the stories. And then you got the community that's like, they got questions. Well, for the people that got questions, you feel me? We got one of the members of the team in the house, you feel me, ready to ask and answer you guys' questions. So without further ado, let's see what the chat is doing here. And again, this is going to be a we'll open up the floor a little later after, you know what I'm saying, we get some of the questions that were requested. And today we'll be talking about the Budda coin token. Is it the Budda coin token? Is it the Budda token or the Budda coin?
The Budda rocking everywhere. Yeah, no, you know, we don't really care too much. It's literally named Budda, and then the ticker is Budda. And I think our language, we interchange between using Budda and Budda coin, or Budda coin and Budda token. So we're not too picky on it, right? Which kind of goes a little bit more into that whole ethos of how Buddhists are, right?
Yeah, and the, you know what the crazy thing is about that, right? It's always been a question with you guys in the comparison to a Jesus coin and how you guys set up the contract and everything. But a lot of people ask in question if you guys are, you know, actively part of that religion. And when you have to answer that question, man, I mean, what's your take on it?
Yeah, that's a really great question. You know, I think you were obviously you remember when we did our very first ever hangout session on New Year's Eve. Some Jesus coin community people came in there and started, you know, asking those questions. So it's like, are you a Buddhist? Are you this? Are you that? And you know, what we believe is, you know, first and foremost, we're in crypto, you guys. This is the crypto space. A lot of people who are in meme coins are more in that degen type of category. So what I'm trying to get at is we're not necessarily taking it as seriously as you might see some of these people in the Jesus coin community taking their faith seriously. But what does this really mean? So am I a Buddhist? No, I'm not a Buddhist. Do I like Buddhist principles? Yeah, absolutely. Do I like some Christian principles? Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a little bit of something for everyone, and you don't have to necessarily be a maxi on one thing or another. And particularly when it comes to investing, one thing that I've been telling people a lot lately is it's the age-old advice, the old wisdom. Don't get emotionally attached to your investments. And what I see happening with a lot of people are especially kind of in the Jesus community a little bit, is they're very, very emotionally attached to their investment, so much to the point it's not an investment for them. And with Buddha coin, we are totally understanding that this is a financial instrument, this is a company, this is an investment. If you don't mind, can I just kind of go a little bit into the background of what
You,
does Buddha
you
represent?
you on the solo right now, man.
Thank you. So yeah, just kind of leewaying this into, what does Buddha represent? What are we aiming for? What's the point of doing this? If we're not a Buddhist and we don't practice Buddhism, then why did we start a Buddha coin? Um, the main reason why we did this is because I personally, and all of our other core team members were a part of that Jesus Coin community. And what we witnessed going on was, it's a small community of people who really want to give back and do good in the world and be as authentic and genuine as possible. That's something that I really vibe with. And, I am someone who also has a big humanitarian kind of heart. I try to help out homeless people in my community all the time around here, in any way that I can. And with Buddha, what we're trying to do is foster a community, for people who are looking for a place where they can go to find someone who vibes with what they believe in. So, yes, it is still a faith-based coin, but you don't have to be a part of this religion. And some people will even debate you and argue that Buddhism isn't even a religion, it's just more of a way of life. It's a philosophy, kind of like some guidelines and almost like an outline on how to kind of go about your day, to avoid as much suffering as possible and to try to live a more humble, and ethical and moral type life. Um, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. I'll let you get back into talking.
Well, yeah. I was locked in right there, man. But again, I'm kind of like on the fence with both avenues, man. I don't think there's a problem with people representing their faith through
Yeah,
cryptocurrencies. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. And
yeah,
I've
absolutely.
I've witnessed firsthand that community, and that community is very very based. They can get a little bit, any community, meme coin community can get a little bit territorial, but they're very, very based.
Yeah,
Just like you guys, Maker seems very transparent and upfront what they're working. And one thing I can never knock about the project is constantly progression.
yeah,
The bottled water, the constant upgrade of liquidity. You feel me?
yeah,
And
yeah.
speaking of constant progression, I'm gonna actually bring up my screen because you guys have been constantly progressing as well. Just recently,
Yeah.
we see that you guys had a video here with Jake Gagan himself, and there was
Yes,
part of the
sir.
video where they said you had a partnership here with Gotbit, right? And if you know Gotbit or you watched my last video, I call it Hotbit. Gotbit
Yeah.
has been on fire. You guys, Coin Market Cap listing, Coin Gecko listing. When everybody doubted you guys, how are you able to consistently prove the doubters wrong and make these connections happen?
It's if I, my background is a tough background, right? I grew up very thick-skinned. Literally, if you guys know anything about growing up, or if you know anything about American history with redlining, I grew up on the red line. If you know what that is, you probably just got to know me really fast. So we don't real I don't I'm just not somebody who lets a lot of chatter and distractions influence them. I When we go into this, we already kind of have a strategy and some plans that we have to execute on. So whenever the haters come in and start flooding us and talking about X, Y, and Z, it's really just like, okay, cool. we're going to go back to our notebook and continue executing on what we said we were going to do. We're not going to tell you that we're going to do something if we don't already know how to go from the beginning all the way to the end
Facts.
in a perfect harmony. Once we have that end point locked down and we know exactly how to get to that ending, that's usually when we start to tell you, and we like to do the whole under promise over deliver type thing. So usually once we have that end point locked down, that's when we tell the community, hey, there's a possibility that we'll be doing this. I think when we were already talking to Gotbit and we had already sent them the money, our language to the community is we are talking with some business partners. We're hoping they go well. We didn't even tell them that it's a done deal. So that's a part of that under promise over deliver. But yeah, when people are just going in talking about, oh, it's a rug pull, it's a scam, especially around when we launched back at the ending of December, we just really used that as free publicity and free advertising. Nobody knew who we were, nobody knew about us, and we have these other people with thousands and thousands of followers flooding you. I have this motto that if someone isn't dying or being sued, there's no such thing as bad publicity. You just have to know how to work that publicity, massage it, and move it in the direction that you want. So that's exactly what we did. We even sort of engaged a little bit with the trolls and kind of trolled them back a little bit just to, get more engagement and more views. Because if a troll says, oh, this is going to be a rug pull, you guys are going to zero, then we engage back. Then maybe they'll engage back with us and we start kind of, bickering a little bit on Twitter. All of their followers are going to see this. And then they'll be proven wrong. And then what are their followers going to think after that?
Yeah, you guys
Should
did.
we
Not to cut you off, not to cut you off, man. But yeah, it seems like it was a successful partnership, right? You guys did, pump what 60% on the day, starting to really, put in that reversal. But in the
Yeah.
midst of me doing that video, I had a few, comments that kind of like caught my attention. And what
Mhm.
better to answer the comments than now, right?
Yeah,
Taking
yeah,
a
yeah,
look,
absolutely.
yeah, taking a look at you guys' contract. I actually want to pull up you guys' contract here on EtherScan.
Yeah.
Can you kind of explain to the people that may be a little bit new? Hey, congratulations on 700 holders too. Y'all crossed the 700. We love to see that, because Millie
Oh
been
my
here. What
goodness.
people don't know is Millie been here since day one. So let's get that
Yeah,
understood. You feel me?
a
All
real
of this has been
OG.
organic, no tokens or anything, straight organic since day one, man. Just really rocking with the project and what these guys are working to accomplish. But taking a look at this first wallet, right? This is the question, right? Everybody wants to know. Well, a lot of people want to know, and I would think that some of those people are new because you can
Yeah.
clearly see that this is a contract and not a wallet. But can you explain to us how the Buddha event works? Why y'all created this contract like this with 94% here, and what the community can expect for the people that plan on having those diamond hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to get into this. So what's really going on with that 94% contract, this is actually two contracts, but the blockchain is reading it as one. Um, 90% is one contract, and then the remaining rest of that 4.6% is the other contract. The 4.6, it used to be 5. Now it's not. The reason why, we got partnered with Gotbit. It's in the white paper. We told our community, hey, we're going to save a little bit of these tokens behind so that we can get our business partners the amount that they may need for exchange listings and for growth roadmap building with us. I can't really go into details on exactly all that because we did sign some NDA, so I have to be careful with the language that I use and words I say here. But the 90%, that's the big one, right? The 90% is we're actually really just following the same template that Jesus coined it. They had a very, very successful burn. Sure, after the burn, it was more one of those buy the rumor, sell the news type events. But Jesus coin, they burned 80% of their entire supply. A way you can sort of look at that is they're 80% of the Jesus tokens are in a pink sale locker, and that locker is owned by the Burn wallet. So the tokens aren't in the Burn wallet exactly. However, the Burn wallet owns that locker. So in a roundabout way, you can sort of view this as they're in their own special custom Burn wallet. And what we saw with this was, okay, this generated a ton of hype. It was obviously a great marketing event for Jesus Coin. It lasted, about the last 2 months building up to Christmas. You started to really, or sorry, not last 2 months, but that final month building up to December 25th, leading up to the burn, we saw exponential growth. So at the end of the day, doing these burn events and locking them in lockers, what this really does is it signifies to the community that, hey, what you have right now is all there's ever going to be. And in the past, what we saw with burn events and these huge burn events like this was usually once those lockers unlocked, the developer would dump, and it would be kind of like a soft rug pull. Not the rug pull in a sense that someone just pulled the liquidity out of the liquidity pool, but a rug pull in the sense that someone just gained access to a majority of all the supply, and then they sold all of it for the remaining liquidity left in that pool. So what we've done is we are copying the same Jesus Coin kind of template. Instead of doing 80%, we did 90%, just a little bit more, right? Just make it, just go bigger, right? Bigger, better, faster, stronger. And so, yeah, we put 90% of all of our tokens inside the pink cell wallet, and we lock them away. We're going to have our big burn day on Budda Day, which is around May 23rd or May 24th. I got to look at the calendar to remember that a little bit more. And what I'm most excited about is the narrative behind it. We're going to do a 90% burn of all the tokens in the summer, right after the Bitcoin halving. And what was last summer's theme? It was DeFi summer, right? Everyone was talking about DeFi summer, this, DeFi summer, that, yield farming this, yield farming that, airdrops everywhere. Everyone is so happy in the summer. So we figured this is just kind of like a perfect storm. We have a big burn, the BTC halvening, and DeFi summer all happening at the exact same time. So we really view this primarily as just a massive marketing event for us to generate more hype, generate more holders, and to just overall get people excited. We can make a lot of memes about this, and that's what communities are all about in the meme coin sector is how many memes can you make? What, how relatable are you, right?
Yeah. So is this a meme coin? Is it just going to stay a meme coin? Is there utility? But before I actually you answer that question, I want to get into the actually history or how this came about, because word on the street is that you a Jesus OG. One of the Jesus whales. You know what I mean? And
That's crazy.
One of the. But again, I mean, how did you find the Jesus token? Because none of this would have happened without the Jesus, this idea, all of this stuff that happened, right?
Yeah.
You must have gotten into that project pretty early, because when you used to post, a lot of people in that community, they like your TNA, they really follow your posts. You've helped many people with liquidity pools inside the community. So, I mean, when did you discover the Jesus token?
First thing I'll say is genuine people attract other genuine people. I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm a genuine person, blah, 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 look at me. But I do think that that's got a little bit of merit to it. I got into Jesus token when it was about 6,500 holders. So I wouldn't necessarily call that early. I think I got in around November 13th. So just 2 weeks before we started running up for the Christmas burn. I'm not a Jesus Coin OG. I only dollar cost averaged in a couple $100 whenever I could here and there. I bought in at like a $15 million market cap and just rode it all the way up. And the way I found Jesus Coin was through the grapevine on Twitter. My followers that I have and the people that I follow, I feel like are all very, very authentic, genuine people. And I saw Jesus Coin just kind of popping up on my timeline here and there, and I ignored it. Then it went away. It came back, and I was like, I'm a Chainlink fan. I'm really big into Chainlink and the CCIP protocols and, what they're kind of doing. And when I saw one Chainlink Marine tweet about Jesus Coin, I was like, okay,
Ah,
I got to look into this now. What's going on? If the Marines are catching on, what's going on with Jesus Coin? So that was really when I jumped in. And I also saw this NFT group called ENS Maxi. Some of them were kind of sounding the alarm on Jesus Coin too. So that's so with the Chainlink Marines and the ENS Maxi people just sounding the alarm over and over and over and over and over, like they beat it like a dead horse. That's when I finally decided to look into it. So I'm not an OG. Maybe people kind of considered me an OG because when I joined the community, I really hit the ground running. I started, thinking of things for the community to do in terms of like organizing shilling and rating together, just kind of binding a lot of that together. I started talking about different metrics to use to analyze growth so that we're not just looking at price and only price. How do we tell if we're growing when the price is going down? And that, I started really, and I don't know if they knew about this before, so I don't want to say that I showed them this per se, but I brought up looking at the Etherscan holder count and looking at the distribution of tokens and trying to figure out who's the largest whale, even after the burn, who has what percentage of tokens in supply and what are the whales doing, and just getting into more blockchain forensic analytical data type stuff. And I don't think there was a lot of people doing what I was doing. So once I did that on top of the TA, that was kind of like a fusion of a lot of people like, whoa, this dude's legit. He's revamping the Discord. He's helping build out the Discord, beautifying it, making it look nice and a little more pleasant. He is organizing raid armies and shills, and he's giving TA. He's giving all these analytical data points that we all need to be paying attention to. So I think just kind of stepping in and just kind of pulling that curtain back for them, maybe put into a lot of their eyes and a lot of people in the public eyes that I have been here a long time. I haven't been in Jesus Coin a long time, but I have been in crypto for like 7 years. So I kind of know a lot of stuff.
yeah. I mean, yeah, especially putting yourself out there like that with a project. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
as far as the future, what's to come for this project? What's gonna keep this project around for the long term? What's gonna have it, exalt past just being a faith-based meme coin and having it be here with sustainability?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite questions to think about because as we were talking offline before the stream started, I told you, I'm already thinking, like we just announced Gotbit, right? And I'm already thinking of, okay, well, we know that after this kind of hype dies down a little bit, we're going to do this, but what are we doing after that? So I'm really playing it like chess and I'm thinking multiple moves ahead. So thinking about the overall health and longevity of Buddha coin, I'm like 14, 15 steps ahead down the road, trying to think about where does this go? What do we become? How do we evolve? What does transcendence look like? And right now, my mind is going all over the place with so many different ideas. What I can tell you right off the bat to stop rambling is that we're really going to focus on hitting the nail on that head super hard with our meditation spaces. I can't stress enough that the meditation space with Buddha Coin really is our flagship product. This is the #1 service that we provide to the community, right? And it's all completely hosted by the community. It's not me, it's not someone on the team. These aren't pre-recorded videos or anything like that we're listening to. These are people who really do enjoy meditation, peace of mind, non-attachment, and some of these other Eastern philosophy or philosophical ideas. And they host these meditation spaces for us. They give us these educational lectures and lessons for us. And it really does do a lot for people. Even myself, I work 9 to 5 every single day. And one day I got off work at 5, didn't get home till about 5:30. Had to start a meditation space immediately for the host at 6 o'clock. And I was just feeling so overwhelmed and stressed. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to sit here and listen to like, what is what's the subject matter for today? What are we talking about? And I listened to it the entire time, and I participated in the meditation, and it genuinely made my tension and the anxiety and just that overall daily stress that I was feeling from work, it really died it down a lot. It got my mind kind of cleared out, and it kind of got me back to focusing on what I viewed as important for the time being. So the meditation spaces are something that we're really looking at building out and maturing and evolving. We've only had 6 of them so far. The next one is tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. Eastern time, New York time. And so we really want to build those out, and moving beyond those meditation spaces. Obviously, we can go into things like building a greater ecosystem for ourselves by going into layer twos, building dynamic NFTs, building metaverses and virtual reality worlds.
Well, see,
Is this
a
we
lot
can
of
do?
a lot of people feel like, you know what I'm saying, that faith based coins won't last. You feel me?
Hmm.
You know, with the whole meme coin hype, you know, a lot of people like it's just so it's always been a split because I've noticed it even when I've done my videos, right? You got the people
Yeah,
that's like, oh yeah, I'm here for the crypto whoop de whoop whoop, and then you got the
yeah,
people that's like that don't like to tie crypto with religion, and that's
yeah.
why they don't feel like faith-based coins can actually be here for the long term. So what would you
Yeah.
tell somebody that you know that says that?
Um, I would say jump down the rabbit hole of the Federal Reserve and their monetary policy practice. Look at, go back beyond even the Ottoman Empire, go beyond the Roman Empire, learn about currency, learn about fiat currency, and learn about the change of world reserve currency. And just to briefly break that down so that I don't seem like a smartass, um, really it's about each currency, each government-backed currency. It has about 100-year lifespan, right? There's never been a successful fiat-backed currency or fiat currency, government-based currency that has survived and made it. Every single one fails. It has failed for thousands of years. Humans have never been able to successfully complete that puzzle piece of how do we do monetary policy. Every single time it ends with war, destabilization of a country, and a new power, a new world reserve currency coming to rise. I feel like the reason why faith coins and blockchain as a whole have a reason to stay is because the blockchain is a brand new technology that humans have never experienced this before. We've never been able to experience having a public ledger that cannot be tampered or altered with. This is such a groundbreaking innovation in of itself that I feel like really needs to be conceptualized and understood, because once you understand that we finally, for the first time, have a ledger that cannot be broken, it starts to go back into why are these governments and their monetary policies failing so much? It's because of human corruption. Humans cannot be trusted. They're very corrupt. And this is why Bitcoin in of itself is, has that ethos of do not trust, verify.
Right.
So once we break down the dollar is probably going to start losing its power. We see nations like BRICS nations, Brazil, Iran, China, all these and a lot more, they're growing in power. They're already doing deals where they're buying oil without the United States dollar. So the dollar is, I don't want to say it's going to go down like right now or immediately, but it is going to take a couple more decades, maybe 10, 15 more years. And then people are going to be in that maximum pain area, right in the middle of 2030. We're American people who hold dollars are probably going to start to experience maximum pain because of bad monetary practice. And people are going to look for an alternative. People are going to say, you know what? Looking at history showed us that there's never been a government or society that can maintain monetary policy for fiat currencies. This is the bull case for Bitcoin. This is why Bitcoin is going to be so necessary, because it's not owned by a government, it's not owned by a singular entity. And what I view happening once we kind of go through that line and people understand, okay, governments can't do monetary policy. Let's go into a trustless manner with code and computers and algorithms. They're going to say, okay, well, which one should we trust? Which one do we trust? There's millions of them, and only I've heard for the past 10 years is that they're for drug dealers and scammers. I don't want to buy Bitcoin, it's already too expensive, and maybe I don't have enough knowledge on that one. Or maybe I feel like, hey, I just saw the news. BlackRock has the world's first ETF for Bitcoin. Vanguard, Fidelity have these Bitcoin ETFs. This is the same people who are effing up the dollar, effing up the monetary policy, are about to own all the Bitcoin.
Right.
So they're probably going to be like, you know what? I don't even trust that stuff anymore, right? So where do you go? What do you trust? Maybe you pray. Maybe you meditate. And maybe you find these faith tokens. And maybe you say, you know what? I don't know much about this stuff, but I'm going to just throw a little bit of money into these instead because, maybe I'm super based with Jesus and there's a token called Jesus and I did 15 minutes of research and I see they host church every single day. I'm going to get into that.
Good
Maybe
point.
I'm not really a Christian, but maybe I super am into meditation and spirituality and finding my own path. And hey, look at that. There's this Buddha coin, and these people talk about things right down that spectrum. These are the guys for me. Maybe I'm going to hold these coins and looking at the price chart. And if we're in 2030 and we're still surviving and existing, I can only imagine just how legitimate the project is at that point. Doing the meditations for 10 years in that point is going to be a very legitimate thing. So it may not even be viewed as a meme coin anymore at that point in the
Right.
future. So people are going to go, you know what? I'm going to put my money where my faith is. This is what I believe in. This is what I trust. I believe the universe comes to me. I believe God comes to me. I believe Jesus comes to me. And they show me the way. They show me the light. They guide me. They lead me. Maybe this is something that people get on. I don't think it's a bad narrative at all.
I don't either. That's an interesting point. That is a very interesting point. The way that you kind of like that makes sense, and you see it all the time when people buy meme coins. They buy what they like. They buy what they understand. They buy
Exactly.
what they're, you know what I'm saying, with
Buy what makes them feel good.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and I actually pointed that out in one of the videos that I made for the Jesus and the Buddha coin about how if you guys just capture 1% of your faith, like the number of holders that you have would be insane. Just 1%.
Yeah.
So if you just said 0.01%, that's still an
Yeah,
insane
it's still an
number.
insanely large amount of people,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I don't view meme coins or these faith coins as, oh, this is a play for 2024. This is a play for 2025. Sure, we could go through a bubble and we could go really, really high, pop, go through like a 4-year bear market, and then again,
I mean, do you buy altcoins? I mean, do you have a portfolio outside of what you're working on? I mean, do you have your go-to altcoins and stuff that you actually buy?
yeah. So full transparency, I aped into a lot of coins and I learned my lesson the hard way back in 2017. Now I only hold a foundation in my portfolio, like I think 95% of my entire portfolio are 3 assets, and that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. That's 95%. And the last 5%, that's what I use to kind of have fun and play around with. So that's what I'll use, that last 5%, I'll ape into, like Jesus coin and all these other meme coins, and even just speculative plays, like maybe something on the Solana blockchain one day, or Pulse blockchain, or any of these other new up and coming things like Avalanche and stuff. But I don't put a lot of money into altcoins that much. The stuff that I'm into now, I've spent a lot of time researching and wrapping my head around, and I like to use that as my foundation. But and again, 5% of my portfolio, for some people, that could be a ton of cash. Like 5% of my portfolio might be someone's entire portfolio.
Right. You've been
Yeah,
you've been in a few bull runs.
yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? So
It's not my portfolio.
but that's good that you let people know. Hey, I went through losses. A lot of people don't put their losses out there first. They put their gains, and then it's like, dang, well, how did you get there? What did you pay your tuition in the school of hard knocks of crypto? We talked
Yeah,
off stream about that, and I was, just explaining you as I navigate across the world of Devin and giving out that type of energy. Like you learn a lot, and you
Yeah,
definitely take L's in the game, man. And it's part
you
of
have to.
it's just part of part of the game, and accountability, right? Accountability.
Yep.
Of course,
Yep.
everybody out there, this is not financial advice. We're gonna open up the floor for the people
All
that do
right.
have questions for Budda. You feel me? Drop your questions, man. Let's get some engagement. Let's get some questions out there,
Yeah.
because I know you guys, y'all hop in the videos. Don't get quiet now. Ask some questions. You feel me? These guys seem like they plan on being here for the long term. This is like, in my opinion, to me, this is like his docs, man. Because I always seen him with the Bulbasaur picture and the Buddha pictures, and you know what I mean. This is like a docs for me. So I appreciate you for
Yeah.
showing up
Hello,
to the stream,
everybody.
man.
Hello.
But
Yes, no doubt.
yeah, yeah. But that's crazy, man. We're gonna let a few questions come in. Why they come in, man? Anything you want to say about the project?
Yeah, yeah. While they're coming in, so it's not about the project. This for anyone wondering. Um, I'm just in a t-shirt or just hanging out, got off work Friday. I know that, when it comes to investing your money and things, you want to look at someone who looks very professional, mature, and I'm just some guy with a afro. Like I just got out the shower, so I'm just having a good time. I don't want anyone to think that I'm a uneducated kid or anything like that. I've got my degree in filmmaking, bachelor's degree. I went to college, all that stuff, and I'm not a I'm probably a kid for some people, but not for most. I'm, about to be 33 years old. I know I got a young face, I've been told. So just a little bit of, something about me, just so people can kind of get to know at least one of the faces of someone who's behind this Budda coin a little bit more. You were speaking about something also just previously that I kind of wanted to touch on, but I've kind of forgot it.
Well, I got a question for you, because unlike the Jesus coin, right? You guys kind of like do have a team, right? I know that was a big thing, that they didn't have a team and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
leadership's very important.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Not to play, not to compare the two, but again, like the fact that you guys do have a team. Are there development wallets? Are there team wallets? Is it something that where you can be transparent with the community here if people are interested in the Budda coin?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'll talk a little bit about those tokenomics. And for anyone watching and wanting to learn a little bit more, I highly encourage you to check out our website and click on the purpose journey. And there's another tab there. Just got a DM there. Someone said they're watching an interview. Thank you. Thank you. Check that out and check out our white paper and join the Telegram and ask me questions. I'll literally talk to you all day and answer all your questions. But as far as team wallets are concerned or anything of that sort, no, there's no team allocation. The only allocations that were made were the 90% for the burn. And then we reserved about 20 billion tokens to do our perpetual giveaway. I'm sure you have seen us announce that we're going to be giving a giveaway once a week on average every single week for the remainder of the entire year. And we hope to keep that going into the next year and the next year. Right now, we're just telling you 1 year just to see how it goes. But we have those funds already allocated to give back to the community. And the other funds, as you saw, we had to give some for Gotbit. They did not sell them. They have to use them. I can't go into details on that, but the remaining that we have allocated are for centralized exchange listings. And for anyone wondering, Gotbit's main bread and butter is centralized exchange listings, you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but you're not going to get listed on an exchange without having what they call a market maker. A lot of people don't know what market making is. I'm not going to bore your ear off with the technical talk behind it. But even if you look at like a Jesus coin, they were listed on Bitmart. And then soon after, they actually got delisted from Bitmart due to not enough volume because everybody's trading on Uniswap. Nobody wants to go into Bitmart and make an account on an exchange they never heard of. So how do you get listed on the big tier 1 exchanges like KuCoin and Binance and all these big dogs? You don't get listed on them if you come alone. You need to come with a partner, and your partner has to be a market maker. So that was one of the bigger reasons why we really wanted to secure that deal with Gotbit earlier, sooner than later, because we know that that's where we're going. We know that's what we're destined for. And Gotbit is also going to be helping us with our marketing and our growth strategies. And their main bread and butter is that centralized exchange listing. As far as the marketing wallet goes, we're extremely transparent with that one. You can ask anybody in the Telegram, they'll tell you this is what they did with the marketing wallet. They did this, they did this. Everybody knows what's going on with that marketing wallet. That's why we even named it BuddaMarketing.eth. So you can find it. It's super easy to find. And the centralized exchange wallet too is Budda6wallet.eth. We want you to find these wallets. We want you to know. We want you to hold us accountable. We'll obviously hold ourselves accountable, but that's why we're so transparent with these things. We even ask inside, we have a little mini group inside our Telegram called the Lotus Lounge. And this is where we'll drag you into this lounge room. If we see like, hey, you've been in the community forever, you shill all the time, you post all the time, you're helping out the community grow, like you are a real diehard community member. We'll throw you into the Lotus Lounge. And in there, the people in there have known about Gotbit way before the general public has known about Gotbit. We are very transparent, and although we're a team of like 5 core people inside the Lotus Lounge, that is the team. We pull community members into there, and we say, "Hey, we need you. You're in the community so much that you probably know more about our community than us because we're so busy." So we really leverage the community members' hands, and they, like a lot of the videos from the YouTubers and stuff like that, they're the ones who told us, hey, you should reach out to this guy, reach out to that guy. So we did. And then we just, if the YouTuber's like, hey, I want $500, that's what we have the marketing wallet for. And we send them the $500 and they'll make a little video for us, right? But as far as the marketing wallet, the burn, and the giveaways, and the centralized exchange wallet reserve, there's no team tokens, and no one has ever from the team been paid out of that marketing wallet at all. We never plan to pay ourselves from that marketing wallet, and we hope to eventually get that on a multi-sig contract, maybe with a Gnosis safe, so that it require multiple people in. And the end game of that will look like we get a lot of community members in on that marketing wallet multi-sig, so that it really is a genuine community effort to say, hey, we're going to strategize in our Lotus Lounge, figure out what we want to do with it. And once we all agree, we'll sign off on the multi-sig to get that done. And then if, God forbid, 5, 6, 7 years go by and some of the core team members want to step away, it won't matter, because we'll have so many community members on that multi-sig to where we're really going to try to decentralize this BuddaCoin project to where if you got ideas, hey, you're on that multi-sig, you can sign your name to get those funds released to pay for whatever marketing we're going to need to do. Obviously, right now we're growing, so we can't do something like that immediately, but that's kind of a little bit of a future plan, is a full decentralization of the project and the community.
That's what's up, man. Like, hey, look, people like your fro, bro. You getting all the comments on your fro right now. they like the fro, bro. They rocking with the fro. And I look, man. I'm a minimalist. I don't judge anybody. You feel me? I look at execution, and you guys are executing. So the things that you're doing. And I know Jake. You're Jake. I already know what time it is. You feel me? So I know that y'all making things happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are executing. This ain't you just throwing it together. Like, you really, 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 really are putting put forth a good effort.
That's the real kicker, is a lot of people are in crypto to get rich quick. And it's kind of crazy. Sometimes even in our own community, we'll hear people, oh, what's happening next? What's going on? We need to do this, do that, do this, do that. And sometimes we just have to tell them, like, hey, you guys, let's just take a step back and remind ourselves it hasn't even been 30 days.
Right, man. People's attention span in crypto is like a squirrel, man. It's like the next new shiny car, right? And, these meme coins pumping up all these percents, it don't help, man. I just, I don't know if you agree if this may be the last like run of the Wild Wild West. There's that conversation that regulation, BlackRock, all these centralized entities getting in, and I just think like this is the perfect time if you got an idea, you're a creator, and you generally have good character and integrity. Create, man.
Yeah,
create.
Keep creating. What was that saying? If you build it, they will come. Right. That's the old business saying from I believe the 1920s.
Okay.
Um,
We got
yeah.
Danira here saying, how do we buy the Buddha token?
Oh, awesome. Great question. So Budda is available on Coinbase Wallet, not Coinbase, but Coinbase Wallet. If you have that app, you can just type in Budda, it'll pop up. And other than that, we are exclusively available on Uniswap. So if you have your favorite DEX aggregator like 0x Protocol, 1inch Exchange, CalSwap, um, any of the other big ones, feel free to use those because they'll route through Uniswap for you. Or you can probably directly swap within the MetaMask wallet itself, but I would always just recommend you to just go to uniswap.org and connect the wallet and type in Budda, and you can swap your Ethereum right there.
Yeah. Very, very, self-explanatory right there. If you got MetaMask, I use MetaMask, and I got I still got my moon bag here on a Buddha. But it was y'all had a people sleep on the launch there. Y'all had a pretty epic launch. I know a lot of people talk about this Satoshi VM, which, man, we did crazy last night with that. But y'all launch
Yeah,
was 1620x. You know,
yeah,
the launch
that's
was
crazy.
legit 1620x. You know what I mean? Like, real deal, real
Yeah,
deal.
I
People like thank me for that all the time, like millions.
That's great. And that's again going back into that's kind of the whole point of this is if this token can bring you some type of profit or peace of mind or mental well-being, we really want to try to focus on that mental health space.
That's what's up.
That's exactly what it fulfilled its purpose. That's what it's for. So we're not going to sell shame you or anything like that for taking your profits. We encourage you to take profits. Even during the pre-sale, some of the guys in Jesus Coin were like, dude, this is like getting crazy. How high do you think it'll go? And I told every single person, I don't have a clue. Personally, I'm going to hold everything I have. I'm a
Right.
ride or die.
That's what's
But
up.
you guys, as a friend, I will tell you, at least get your initial investment out. Take your initial investment out. And I had some people pulling out, right at the tippy top. They're like, hey, man, I put in $500. I took 600 out. I got
Mm,
my 500 back and another 100 to play. The rest, I'm letting it ride. And I'm
that's how you
like,
do it. Yeah.
that's how you play the game
Yeah.
right there. Our launch was really something crazy too.
It was, man.
I don't know how we got to having that many pre-sale participants because we're nobodies. We're not anyone big. I'm not a big influencer. We didn't have Jake tweeting about the pre-sale,
Right.
right?
Right. Right. Right.
So like how did we get that many people? And our team, we talk about this a lot, and we really think it was just a buttload of hard work, going in and personally reaching out to people one by one and just saying, hey, if you're into meme coins, I see you're shilling this Doge X Elon Cyber Eyes dog coin to the moon. Maybe you'll just want to check out this coin. It hasn't even launched. Have you ever been in the coin before they launched before? It could be a good experience. And that's kind of the same kind of messaging and strategy that we're doing to this day is just going through Twitter, even if you go through like an influencer like Jake and he says, show me your biggest meme coins.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I say is not to necessarily only put, hey, go buy Buddha to the moon on his post, but look at who's commenting. Who are those people leaving their shills? Are those bots? Are
Mm.
those real people? Look for the real people, do your research, go on their Twitter page, scroll through their Twitter page and find out, are they constantly shilling memes? Is it the same meme? Are they a bot? What do they look like? And then once you kind of get the feel for what is this person like, reach out, leave a little comment. If they're talking about Doge Elon Cyber Eyes to the moon, maybe say something like, hey man, thanks for letting me onto that. I never heard of this token before. Here's a tip for you. Have you heard of this token? And honestly, it's very hard work to do that. It's easy to do it, but when you're starting to grind and you're doing it over and over and over, man, that gets so repetitive and you get so burnt out so fast. But that's a part of that hard work. And that's what we did during our pre-sale. I mean, I spent like some 10-hour days doing that, just 10 hours a day, just grinding. And everyone on my team, the core five of us, we were all doing that every single day. So it took 5 people grinding that hard, word of mouth, constantly. And I think that that's why we had such a successful launch. I
Yeah.
can't tell you for sure.
I think the marketing of these faith meme coins can go far. Like when I seen Jesus get the whole water bottle, I was like, wow, that's
Dude, that
insane.
was huge.
And then the whole genius strategic marketing plan of sending Donald Trump the Jesus tokens for them to be seen in the article because they seen Jesus tokens. They like, oh, Donald Trump owns
Yeah.
Ethereum and Jesus tokens. Man,
Yeah.
it's just like, and the same thing can happen with Budda, man. I can imagine once you guys start to get really, really big, the type of marketing proposals that will come your way. I mean, they're already
Yeah.
coming your way. I mean, I don't know how y'all made the
Yeah.
God bit thing happen so quick, but y'all
Yeah, and that's
crazy.
the beauty of having genuine people behind the team who, our marketing wallet has been pretty up there with some high numbers. And we spent every penny on marketing. Every single penny nobody's getting paid, and you just really don't find that too often with meme coins.
Right.
You usually have some developer who made some meme coin, and maybe it's super duper legit, and they only put in like $100 themselves, and it's pumping, and they're starting to wish they bought more. But then they look at their marketing wallet, they've got $50,000 in their marketing wallet, so they spend that on themselves. And you know what happens next? They don't get that partnership. They don't get on CoinMarketCap. They don't get on CoinGecko. They don't get the YouTubers making videos. They don't get Jake posting about them. None of those things are happening. And then those people are wondering, hey, how come all the hype's dying down? Why is this token slowly bleeding out and dying? So I think that's the beauty behind having a team that's very authentic and genuine, and really putting their money where their mouth is, and spending those marketing funds on exactly the right things.
Right.
Marketing. And I think that's kind of the biggest difference between Buddha coin and Jesus coin, is that we do have a tax. We do have a revenue structure. We are, like I said in the beginning,
Please,
it's a
I
business.
gotta cut you off, man, because
Yeah.
I am a businessman and I am not
100%.
against any type of project having tax. We get tax for water these days. Please, can you please explain the pros? Of course, there's cons. Can you explain the pros of a project with a tax?
Yeah, absolutely. Having a tax means you have an economic revenue model. It means you can spend money on growing your business. If you don't treat your meme coin like a business, it's going to fail. If you don't have leadership in your meme coin or your business, it's going to fail. The benefits of having this tax structure, even though it's only a 1% tax, I've seen memes have up to 10% tax on buys and sells. Even there's this one token on Solana that's got a 0% buy tax, but a 20% sell tax to try to encourage people to hold. That's criminal. But with the buying and selling tax being only at 1%, we feel that's extremely modest for being a meme coin. And again, what we use that money for is to expand our voice, expand our growth, to reach out faster than these other projects can do, and to reach out a little bit more effectively. The negatives to having a tax is it's, immediately going to put people off who don't understand. They're just going to say, hey, man, every single time I've been to meme coins with taxes, once that marketing wallet gets pushed up, the developer bounces. They're like, hey, I made 20K, I'm out. So a lot of people view that as a negative because developers don't spend that money where they should. And that's why we're trying to do as much as we can by giving our marketing wallet an ENS name so you can easily search it up, and also including those members inside of our Lotus Lounge on those marketing decisions for the most part. Obviously, we couldn't tell them too much about Gotbit, but I'll tell you this, it was a community member that brought Gotbit to us. We didn't go to Gotbit.
It's absolutely insane. A hedge fund that really they're about that meme coin life, bro. They're really about that, and they don't even care. They're public with it.
Yeah, right. And I think that's going to be, I think that's foreshadowing. What's coming soon. Hedge funds and big firms are going to start opening the doorway for meme coins. You might even see them get eventually put into ETFs one day in the future. Yeah, marketing wallets, I personally never view them as bad as long as there is a very transparent team behind it, and they can really provide proof. They can show you the proof that, hey, in the past, this is what we've done with the marketing funds, and in the future, this is what we plan to do with the marketing funds. And that's exactly what we're doing with Budda. And obviously you can see, not even 30 days, and our Etherscan is updated, our Dex tools is updated. Our website, we've gone through like 3 different versions of a website already. We're on CoinMarketCap, we're on CoinGecko, and really a cherry on top is Gotbit. None of these things come for free. You don't necessarily, how many people are applying for CoinMarketCap a day? You don't just get on CoinMarketCap for free. Like, newsflash, everybody, I don't know if you guys know this. Yeah, you can fill out the form for free. Go wait in line. How long do you think you're going to be in line? You have to pay. This is a pay-to-play game. This is a business. Everything around this is a business. And if the sooner you wake up that this is a business, the faster you'll get going.
110. I couldn't have said it better, man. I couldn't have said it better, man. Hey, look, on some real, people sleep on that aspect. Hey, the world, they just think crypto is just this fun, or they think it's just this scam. Nah, it's some real sugar honey iced tea stuff going on, you guys. And the more and more, like I said, I take a deep dive into this space with learning this coding and understanding how CoinMarketCap, like that stuff is not easy. I tell people that is not easy. You think, oh, you're creating the token. Try creating a liquidity pool and not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah. Try updating your Dex tools and you don't have $1,500.
Yep.
And try having constant updates, and then you have to keep paying over and over and over again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and this is precisely why we have to have that revenue generating structure on our business model, because if we were 0% tax, we would not have ever been able to afford the things that we've been able to do. What you would end up doing is you would have to beg for donations from your community. That can rub them the wrong way. And then after that, you got to tell your whales to start dumping so that you can generate the money. Maybe you get a little group of whales who are all in it and they're like, we're going to grow this thing. Okay, well, how do you grow that? Oh, they got to sell. Now the price is going down. Good job, guys. So
speaking of contracts, I got another question for you. You know what I'm saying? I'd like that you're very educated on the things that you're working to accomplish here. And I'm not sure if you guys' contract is renounced, right? But when you renounce a contract, you kind of like give away your ability to modify or even scale. People look at it like, oh, you're going to change something. But no, like people don't renounce their contract sometimes because they want to scale in the future. What is your guys' plan with renouncing the contract, or if you already have renounced the contract?
Yeah, we had a really big conversation.
I can imagine. People sleep on those conversations, man. They just think, just do what the community want to do. Renounce it. Oh, now we can't scale. Now with our tax, we can't exclude an exchange that might want to take us serious because they're not going to want to pay the tax. People don't understand this stuff, man. Break it down for us.
Exactly. That was the number one thing we had going into Gotbit was they said, can you fucking whitelist us, bro? Can you whitelist us because you have a tax? And we're like, no, we can't. A lot of exchanges aren't going to play ball with you if you have a tax and you can't whitelist. That's just the reality of it. We have renounced our contract. I was very, very against renouncing the contract.
I wanted to know your idea on that. I wanted to know your opinion on that.
Everybody wanted to do it on the team. Everybody would do it on the team. And then at the time, like literally every single person in the community was begging us to do it. And our community are our customers, and we have to make our customers happy.
That's true.
So we had to strategically figure out, okay, let's do what we got to do to get this contract renounced as soon as possible. It comes with a lot of pros and cons.
Yes.
It's exactly as you said. How do you scale, modify, and adapt into the future if your contract is renounced? You don't. One way, and we've done this in the past with other community projects.
Don't sleep on this guy. This is alpha, y'all. This is alpha. I'm telling you, this is alpha.
Yeah. And whenever you're looking into a new token, you can go to the contract and go to the read and write tab and just look at all the functions that they have available. If it's a legit project, they won't have a mint function to where they can mint more tokens. They won't have a stop trading function where they can literally halt the trading. They won't have a, all these weird nefarious type functions to call in their contract. And if you don't have any of those nefarious functions in your contract, then what is literally the point of renouncing it?
Thank you.
what's the point of renouncing that? It's really just a bunch of community members who, hey, they're like, I'm a baby in the space. I just learned how to read Etherscan. Why is contract not renounced? It says contract owner is X, Y, and Z, and they're like, I don't trust it. It's a meme coin. Memes have no reason to develop any further in the future. So renounce the contract, and that's
That's it.
really
That is
just not
that's
the case.
yep. That is, but that's funny you said that. That is a fair point. And yeah, man, it's just I'm happy you said that to confirm everything I be trying to tell people in the comments. Sometimes you get these comments, and I'm an altcoin gem hunter, and every project that I talk about, contract is not a renounce, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad project. I mean, you guys are willing to come up here, dox yourself. You feel
Yeah,
me? You putting yourself out there for not saying you're anybody's leader or anything, but you're really transparent and you're putting yourself out there. And there's meme coins that have went to hundreds of $billions and we still don't know who behind them. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So I
The
think
the
you
only
gotta
the only
appreciate the people
blue
that docs, man.
the only blue chip contract that is renounced, I can't think of any. I don't know a single multi-billion-dollar token that's like a legitimate project that has a contract renounced. Maybe there's like a few meme coins out there that might have one or two, right? But as far as like the injective protocol Cosmos,
Mm-mm.
so is Solana's contract renounced?
Mm-mm.
No, nobody's renouncing their contract. This is just not something smart people do. Um, but how do you get around it? That's a better question. If you renounce your contract and now you need the ownership back, how do you get around it? That's actually a very fun thing to try and do. You have to work with these validators, these node validators, to process your transactions. And essentially what you have to do is build like a one-to-one swap, to where, and we've seen this before with a lot of tokens, even the popular AI coin headed by Dr. Ben Gertzel, AGIX.
Wow.
It used to be just AGI coin, and then they bridged it over to Cardano and moved it. And what they did was a one-to-one token converter.
Yeah.
So you go to this website, you insert your tokens here, and they come out on the other end there. How does that work? You got to have a lot of help from people who
Yeah.
validate transactions on the blockchain. It costs a ton of cash. It's extremely expensive, and you got to make a brand new contract. It's not impossible, but that will be the only way to go around. If you have a meme coin, you renounce your contract, and then like a year went by, you're like, oh my God, I need it back. Well, you're going to just need to make a new token. Sorry, it sucks to suck, but blockchain transactions.
V2, V3, V4.
Yeah. And we've seen it. You go to CoinMarketCap and you've seen you type in your favorite token, and it'll say, hey, this contract address has been moved from this address to now it's over here. Why is that noticed at the top of these pages? Because these people are migrating. That's what you do. That is currently the meta in the space for doing something like that.
So this the last question for you. Speaking of that,
Uh-huh.
since we're on contracts, so we had an hour. I don't want to. I know you're a busy man. You just got off and
Oh
stuff.
man, yeah, I can, and I ramble a lot, so I'll probably keep you up to like
Like,
midnight.
I can imagine your conspiracies. We got to definitely chop it up. You probably got some crazy conspiracies. But
Dude, oh my gosh.
speaking of contracts, right? Um,
Hmm.
as I continue again to navigate and build, do you guys in the future plan on having pools on multiple contracts? And have you had any community? This is a two-part question. Have you had any community members or whales start liquidity pools for Buddha?
Yeah, so we had some community members talk about the idea, entertaining the idea of wanting to try and figure out how to bridge Buddha to Solana for cheaper gas fees. Excuse me. And this is something that excites me a lot, is multi-chain interoperability. Um, I look at the security behind this a lot with what is the number one risk factor with DeFi right now is oracles, like TWAP oracles, and bridge validators. And we just had multi-chain just went through like $115 million bridge hack.
Mm.
Remember back in the day, the Parity wallet got hacked. No, it's not a bridge, it was just a wallet, but that got hacked. There's it's almost like every single big bridge ends up getting hacked, and it's because they're not very secure. They probably have only a couple of node validators validating transactions they go through, and it's highly centralized. Um, so what I really have been looking into to solve this solution, particularly for our team, is the CCIP protocol founded by Chainlink. This is something that has been in the works with Chainlink and Swift. I don't know if you know. Have you ever done a wire transfer with your bank? Has anybody in the comments ever sent a wire transfer? That's using Swift. You're using Swift codes to do that. And Chainlink for the past 6-7 years have been working with Swift on interoperability. How do they get the banks on DeFi? The banks need to be able to use their banking terminal and go injecting that money from their terminals straight into a DeFi yield farm protocol. And they want to be able to do it from the bank, hopping into Ethereum, going into Matic, going into Solana with one click of a button. That friction has got to go away, and that security has to be through the roof so that these banks can transmit hundreds of millions of dollars a day. Right now there's nothing in existence that can do that at a secure manner, and the only thing that's looking like it's shaping up to do that is Chainlink's CCIP. So I've been studying this heavily, and this is something that I'm looking at potentially trying to find third parties who are making these CCIP enabled bridges. They have like mint and burn, and there's mint and lock and mint and burn. Those are the two big transfer protocols that are being used. And CCIP, they are live on, I believe, Avalanche, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Polygon. And they're obviously going to expand to more and more. Obviously, I'm not smart enough to code my own bridge using the CCIP protocol. And just for anyone listening, wondering what the hell is the CCIP protocol, look at it as the internet. And God, you guys probably don't even know much about this either. No offense or anything, but just the internet runs on the TCP/IP protocol. That's kind of the layer that is the glue that binds every website together. If you're going to make a website, you're going to make sure that the website is compatible with the TCP/IP protocol, or else who the hell is going to be able to see your website? You're going to just be better off making it somewhere on the dark web that no one will be able to access. The TCP/IP protocol makes it possible so that your cell phone, your watch, your tablet, your computer, and all the developers have a common language together so that everyone on any device can go to any website and it all just works. That's what CCIP is making for the blockchain, so that you can go from one blockchain to another blockchain to another blockchain. It don't matter anymore. It does not matter. You can have your money on ETH and hop into a Solana yield farm, and you'll stay basically on ETH. The CCIP protocol does that for you, and they have a 5-layer defense in depth strategy. I highly recommend you guys to look into that and learn a little bit about that 5-layer defense in depth strategy that Chainlink has provided for CCIP. But that is the only thing that I will feel comfortable putting our community's money in. It's not just my money at stake either. It's our entire community.
Good
And I
point.
want to keep these guys protected. I am cybersecurity certified, so I do look at a lot of security vulnerabilities. And the last thing I want is for us to tell, hey, everybody, congratulations, we just launched on Arbitrum, the world's most liquid layer 2 network in existence. And then go use a bridge, Afrobridge. Then, a month later, Afrobridge gets hacked. That's the last thing I want happening. And then when a bridge gets hacked because you use the burn and mint or burn and lock function, because you use their bridge, all their tokens are now tainted and they're not good anymore. They go completely valueless. So I'm really looking out for the security side of things. And the only thing that I'm looking like I want to trust is what these big $1 million, $1 billion banks are going to be using. I want to use the crap they're going to use. I'm tired of these hacks. I'm tired of the scams, tired of the rug pulls, exactly as Maker Lee said, and I'm going to do my best to protect the community. And that's a long answer. Short answer, yes, we're super excited about layer 2.
Look, I try to tell people about TCIP, man. I've done a lot of research on Chainlink and Quant, and my you know, visualization of it, as I tell people, it's a messaging system. You know what I mean? You got the mailman and you got the middleman, the mailman that's delivering the mail, and if you look at projects like Chainlink and even Quant, what they're doing is they're pushing that interoperability and allowing these chains to communicate with each other in a
Exactly.
seamless way. And
Exactly.
yeah, and not just in Web 3 though, like you stated,
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
Web 2. So that gives it
Exactly.
that
This is the
institutional.
this is the big moment
Yeah.
right here. This is the moment that everyone's been waiting for. First, we had Bitcoin that proved to the world that digital currencies can exist. Then we had Ethereum proving to the world that smart contracts need to exist. And now we have the final, what I believe is the final piece of the puzzle to make it a perfect little triangle, is the interoperability. And that's, there's probably going to be one big winner.
Yeah.
I don't know who that's going to be. There's a lot of players in the space.
It is,
Right
man.
now, it's looking like it might be Chainlink. That's just the way it looks. Um, and I know that I don't want to start shilling Chainlink or anything, but like even the
I mean,
DTCC, they said they're using Chainlink.
I mean, hey, I know Chainlink is an OG, but you got some new tech coming out, man. You got this modular stuff, and I know you probably know what a modular blockchain could be, and then you got these
Dude, that's gonna be nuts.
you know, and then you got these omni chains, right? So and these
And
things.
parachains. You can't forget about Polkadot and their parachain.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? And now they got these things called EVM and parallel chain. So it's getting crazy, man. And Solana is one of those projects that's like competing with Ethereum, right? It's really
Yeah.
back in the day it was BNB, right? I used to say, hey, Ethereum is the hood. I mean, Ethereum's Hollywood, BNB is the hood, right? If you want to
Yeah.
go, Ethereum,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay them fees, but
Yeah.
you getting better type of project and more holder time. BNB
Yeah.
is a little bit more the hood. People with Jeep, you know what I mean? They get their little
Yeah.
2x, stay up out of there.
The
ETH,
everyone calls BNB the Jeep chain, and
yeah,
we get that question a lot. And kind of harking back to your layer 2 question, people ask, why didn't we just launch on a layer 2 right out of the bat? Why will we launch on Ethereum with the future plan to bridge to a layer 2? What's the logic behind that? And it's very simple, actually. Ethereum is the world's most liquid smart contract blockchain in existence.
yeah,
We want to go where all the money's at, baby. We don't want to go somewhere where it's only a $1 billion valuation on that. No, we want to go somewhere where there's hundreds of billions of dollars of liquidity flowing through that network so that we can accrue the most valuable value possible. Then we can go to some other kind of like lower level side chain layer. But we don't want to go somewhere that is kind of one thing with crypto, we're all in an echo chamber. You may think Solana is super duper large, and you may think Arbitrum and Optimism is super large and big, but they're not, especially when you compare it to the amount of liquidity that is in Ethereum.
yeah. A lot of people sleep on liquidity. You done created a chain link maxi in the comments, bro.
Hey, AYOKG, tell me more. I'm a Chainlink Max, bro. Yo, join the Telegram. I've been a Chainlink Maxi for years. I can tell you all about the Chainlink products and all that stuff, but we're not gonna do that because I'm here for Budda today.
Hey, I appreciate you, good brother. We're gonna have to definitely chop it up again. Make sure you
For
guys
sure.
come over and support, man. You see, I got some things that I'm working on. I would love you guys to support, and you already have, man. I appreciate, the post and things that you've been doing. I've been seeing you, good brother. I do appreciate that. But yeah, man, salute to the community. Appreciate you guys. Again, we had Budda in here. If you mixed it or you came late, just go back and rewind. We're gonna leave this up, man, and then you guys can bookmark it, come back in 2 years and go back to this video and like, wow, we remember the beginning and the early stages of this project.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
before 30 days.
And Budda got his own YouTube channel, Twitter, Telegram, everything. I'll try to put some of the links
I
in the
just made a
comments.
Facebook too.
Okay. Cool. And what's your socials? That way they can follow you as well.
Yeah, me personally, it's going to be kind of hard. Just look for bobazar.eth on Twitter. That would be the easiest way you can find me. I
I'll
am
pull it up for you.
the very first ever Pokemon in the Pokédex. Bobazar.eth.
Let me see if I can pull you up real quick, man. How you spell that?
Yeah, if you could do that, would be great.
I got
It
you.
is at Crazy Tamale. But Bulbasaur.eth might be a little bit easier to spell and remember for some people.
Hold on, let me just see if I can pull up the notifications here. I know you done went through the notifications. Oh yeah.
I'm also in your DMs too.
Yeah, I'm going straight there. I'm going straight there. There we go. You got the long name. It wasn't even pulling up. All right, y'all. So right here, there we go. Weakhands.eth, Bulbasaur.eth. Did you pay for those ENS names?
I minted them.
That's what's up, good brother.
OG.
That's what's up, good brother. Y'all go show some love, man. Support the support the Buddha community. Do what you want to do. I mean, we're not here to influence anybody, but show some love.
Yeah.
Go like the pages. Check it out. Just check it out. That's all we ask is check it out. And man. Any closing statements, good brother?
Yeah, I just want to tell people, thank you all so much for joining in and watching this. If you're watching a recording, thank you for giving us your time, for checking out this recording and listening to me ramble and talk. I know I ramble a lot. We don't want to encourage anybody to just ape into the project or anything like that. Invest responsibly, be smart. And if you need strategies or help or just someone to kind of, shoot the shit with, just join the Telegram. We're here to hang out. This is a community. You don't need to have the token to be a part of our community. I know a lot of other communities, like, you're not a part of us unless you actually are invested in us. No, we're not like that. Join the meditation spaces on X. They're totally free. Anyone can join. Get in the Discord for free. Get in the Telegram for free. And I love being questioned. Send me all of your questions. Prod my brain. Poke my brain. I will talk to you all day.
Yeah, man, you're a very, very smart guy, man. I learned a lot, even listening into the stream and talking to you and asking you questions, man. And hopefully we can connect again. But till then, salute to everybody that came to the stream. It's your boy Crypto Millie. We'll see you.